Hello and welcome to the Collapse Experiment. Last night, I was surprised to find The Raid 2 is on Netflix. I didn't see The Raid 1, the first one, the one that brings us in, the one that captures our attention and says, what the hell is going on over in Indonesia? I want to know more about this. No, this is The Raid 2, the follow-up, the sequel. And fortunately for you, here's a revelation. You don't have to be familiar with the first movie to go right into the second one. Granted, the cop, the main character who is in the first movie, is the same character as in the second movie, except this time he's going undercover. So yeah, if you want to know more about the character, not needed. You can go and check out the first Raid movie. But if you're new to this, if you really enjoy high intense action, high octane, jumping out of your seats with excitement movies, check out the Raid 2. And I will warn you, it is well over 2 hours. The plot... Do we need a plot? I mean, you're watching this for the action scenes, aren't you? But I will say, as an overall movie, the characters are believable. It's okay. I mean, it's your average cop, gangster, undercover film. There's one character in particular I like to refer to as the Asian Matt Dillon. It's the eyes. He's got the eyes. It's the intense eyes. He doesn't have the voice. Oh no, his voice is a little feminine compared to the Matt Dillon, but he's got the look. So, anyways, and he also has the on-camera presence. So, some things that would help draw you in. Well, in the beginning, there's this intense fight scene in the prison, out in the jail yard, where everybody is hanging out under the eaves because it's raining, and the whole courtyard is filled with mud. Oh yes, if you want to watch some martial arts mud wrestling, with a bunch of dudes, this might be your thing. Now that I say that, what the fuck was I watching? Moving along, there's a lot of interesting characters. There's one character in particular I wish I could have known a little bit more about. So one of the actors from the first Raid movie pops up again in the second, as they always do. Because after all, they are actors, and granted, this is a sequel to the first movie, and then you see a very familiar face in the second movie, and you're like, hey, didn't that guy die before? But no, it's a different character. That happens, of course, in this one. And in this movie, there's a homeless man. He's unkept. Nobody really likes him being in their establishment. He lives on the streets, he feeds stray dogs when he can, and he receives his jobs by messenger. Did I mention he's a homeless assassin? A homeless dude, some guy that just lives on the streets. And apparently, as the movie moves along, you learn that he's been doing this for 15 years. He's not a very intelligent man. Perhaps at one point he was good looking because his ex-wife is quite the looker. And this is 15 years after they were married and had a kid. And you're kind of watching the scene, and at first you're like, who is this chick? Why is she talking to him? This doesn't make any sense. She must work for the mob. Oh no, that's his ex-wife. It doesn't really fit, but hey, perhaps the actor was like I'm going to be doing this, you're going to at least make me look like I was somebody special beforehand. So yeah, that was a character that I could have seen more of. Try to understand as to how somebody gets themselves into this situation, why he decided that he had to be homeless in order to support his family on the pay of an assassin. Apparently he's getting some bank, because he meets with the ex-wife and he's sliding over this manila envelope that's I don't know, yay thick. It's not like he's dancing at Chippendales hoping to get a stack of ones to hand to the ex-wife for child support. So yeah, he's making some decent money. She's getting her nails did and her hair did, and Lord knows what else. Somebody else is didding that. And he's still paying. They should have just had it take place in America, because that would have made sense. I don't know what the divorce laws are like in Indonesia, but for a guy to be living homeless, killing people, to pay the ex-wife to support his kid, they must have some really fucked up divorce laws. Hopefully they're not based on California's. So yeah, The Raid 2. Watched it again last night, and it's the first time I've seen it since 2014, 2015. When did that come out? I saw that in the theater. It's at the Alamo Drafthouse in Kalamazoo. It was a double feature. So beforehand, you would watch The Raid 1. This is all on the same ticket, mind you. You buy one ticket to go to the premiere for The Raid 2. You get to see the first one beforehand, which again is over 2 hours. It's over 2 hours. So I think the first movie started at 9. And The Raid 2 started at midnight. And The Raid 2 is over 2 hours. So you're in that movie theater for a good 6 hours. 6 hours of sitting in your seat, stuff in your face, drinking. You could drink. You could drink at the Alamo Drafthouse. It was amazing. Sit there with a beer and say, "Garçon, I'd like another beer." And they'd serve it up. You'd have that nice tab at the end, but god damn if you weren't having a good time. Then of course some asshole came along and they closed that motherfucker, because how dare Kalamazoo or any place have a decent place to go watch a fucking movie that you couldn't find somewhere else. Anyways, back to The Raid 2. It is on Netflix currently. And man, if you like action movies, if you like martial arts movies, if it's been a long time since you've seen anything decent come out of Hollywood, I highly suggest sitting down and watching The Raid 2. And if you're able to, also check out The Raid 1. I mean, that is the introduction to these guys, right? This crew that's been making these sweet movies coming out of a country that people really don't think of when it comes to cinema. Somehow these guys have captured the world's attention when it comes to action films. And it's because they don't add any bullshit. You know, they have, for one, this isn't Japanese or mixed martial arts. This isn't Chinese kung fu. No, they've got like their own martial art. And it's completely unique. It makes for really great creative fight scenes. And I don't know what else I have to say. Like, if you're not convinced to go check out this movie now, if you've never seen it, then I don't know what would convince you, right? I mean, there was the chick that was walking around with the strap on. No joke. Like, these guys are running their own independent porn industry with the help and protection of the mob, keeping the operation from being shut down by the cops. Yeah, that happened. That was interesting, to say the least. What is going on in Indonesia? Male mud wrestling, chicks walk. Yeah, you should definitely check this movie out. Keep in mind, when it comes to the Raid 2, you're going to be seeing a lot of stuff that you've never seen before. It's definitely like an Alice in Wonderland type situation when it comes to action films. Just the unexpected. Expect the unexpected. That's what you should be doing. There's a lot of things that happen that they build up to, and yet you really don't see it coming when it does happen. And there's definitely, when it comes to the visuals and the action scenes, a lot of eye candy. A lot. You are glued to the TV. You're not going to be looking at your cell phone. So, the Raid 2, it is on Netflix. And you should definitely check it out while it's on there. Who knows how long it's going to be on there, and who knows when the Raid 1 is going to appear. These companies are not very good at timing different things, so don't be surprised if the Raid 1 pops up after the Raid 2 disappears, because these people who run these companies are not geniuses, and they don't think of these things. Because they tend to be morons. The world is run by morons. Keep on typing.